What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be building my squad for Gauntlet and Champs in College Football 25 Ultimate Team. Now, just know that this squad is subject to change and not all of it is entirely finished. I'm going to try some different cards out as well in Champs, and then if I like them, play them in the Gauntlet as well. And then we'll be talking about all of that. Remember, the homecoming boost is pretty important. So if you're wondering exactly what that is, it's basically a strategy item. And again, if you complete some challenges, you should have it in your collection. Put it in your lineup. You're going to see a big boost on a lot of your homecoming players. So if you see a lot of my homecoming a lot of homecoming players in this squad, that specifically is exactly why I am personally using this boost in my squad. We're going to start off at the quarterback position. I want to plug in two guys, Samantha as well as Staubach. I personally still to this day believe Staubach is the best quarterback in the game. Now, that's just my personal opinion. It's not necessarily accurate. It's just where I'm at. Now, however, if my man Samantha can get that acceleration and agility +2, definitely could help him out that little bit. Supposedly, the boost doesn't work for him, so I'm just kind of trying to figure out exactly, what that does indeed entail, but just still trying to figure that all out. But for me, I think the upside definitely is there. 86 speed, 86 acceleration. Gonna see how he throws the ball. I think he does throw a tight spiral. Accuracy-wise, should be pretty solid. But those are my two quarterbacks. We'll see which one I end up using, but I do indeed like both of them. At the running back position, I'm plugging in right now 88 Ricky Williams. I sold my D'Anthony Thomas just because I don't believe he was worth the amount that he is going for. Now, come Sunday, it will be unquestioned that CJ Spiller will be on the team. Come Sunday. But until Sunday, I'm going to rock with Ricky Williams. Sunday comes, we'll see a little bit of an auction house crash for the Legends. Ricky Williams is already down pretty bad, so I'm not really worried about him. But CJ Spiller will be my running back come on Sunday. And again, until then, I'll rock out with Ricky Williams. At my wide receiver number 1, we're going to plug in the LTD that somehow I got in Ryan Williams. I do not know how I got Ryan Williams, but EA blessed me with him. And so I'm going to run him 91 speed. The card should be maybe the biggest reason if I do have success this week or this weekend in Champs as well as Gauntlet. My two other receivers are Lacey as well as Megwood. Pretty self-explanatory here. Even my Megwood is a BND, so I can't ever sell him. But even if I could sell this Megwood, guys, he would still be on my squad today. I believe he is one of the best wide receivers in the entire game. With the homecoming boost, the acceleration gets boosted too as well. So he not only becomes good, he becomes great after the boost, and I do think it is super valuable to run him this weekend. So definitely, if I'm you guys, pick up Megwood this weekend with that homecoming boost. I think he is an absolute beast. Tight end position, this is a tough one. You look at our tight ends, top tight ends in the game, you're kind of struggling. And so for me, I'm running Cooper Flanagan still to this day. I sold my Vernon Davis. I'm kind of glad I did. I like Vernon Davis, but I, at this stage, cannot have a card that's 1,000,000 coins on my squad. I love Vernon Davis, but I just can't. Flanagan does a lot of things well for me. Do I wish his speed was a little bit higher? Absolutely. But I think when you're talking about some of the most complete players in the game, for free, Flanagan's definitely up there. Now, again, if I do happen to get like a BND card from my level pack and it happens to be Vernon Davis or like, I don't know, Kyle Pitts, somebody like that, definitely run them. But Flanagan definitely can at least hold it down for me and is a card I'm comfortable enough running. Again, I don't necessarily think the card's perfect, but I'm comfortable enough running him and have had some success with him. Now to the offensive line. Offensive line's a position I wouldn't necessarily spend a bunch of coins on. Important to note, homecoming cards do get +2 run blocking if you do run them on the offensive line. This is the offensive line that I'm personally going to be running. You're going to see a lot of centers in this lineup as well, but I think centers have the most talent. So you're going to see a lot of these guys. They'll lose a little bit of their overalls. I don't know how much it matters or how, but this is the offensive line I'm running. I don't even love Rashawn Slater. He's just a guy that I've had and have held on to, and I don't feel the need to change it. So offensively, you're looking at 1.93 million coins, but a lot of that's Ryan Williams. Again, he's BND for me. Megwood's BND, Lacey's BND. Spiller, again, I'm not running him right now, so you could deduct him as well, but this is just my personal squad, and most of it is because these cards are absolutely free. Cards that I would suggest you guys definitely picking up are Morangas, Lamar, as well as Megwood, if you do want to spend some coins to upgrade your squad this weekend. But again, like I said, CJ Spiller, he's not even going to be on my squad right away. I'm going to wait and see his price go down before I add him to my squad. So realistically, my squad going to be balling on a budget, at least to start this weekend. Defensively, this is where I'm not going to be balling on a budget. I am spending up on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm not afraid to admit it. From top to bottom, we are going to spend our coins where we're needed. Now, I will sell Julius Peppers at some stage tomorrow before his price will go down on a Sunday. Same thing with Warren Sapp. I like both these cards, but I need to sell them before their price does indeed drop a little bit more. Now, at right end, if you're not running Romello, I don't know what to tell you. With the boost, he's got that 94 acceleration. There's just, not going to be many better ends in the entire game. Now, is this card perfect? No, he's absolutely not perfect, but the card is really good and definitely a card that you guys can have just a ton of success with. Again, great acceleration, going to get after the quarterback. In the run game, I don't necessarily love Romello, but again, getting after the quarterback, going to be absolutely elite. One of my big pickups for this weekend is Quincy Riley. You're looking at great speed, great in man coverage, and he's going to see that plus 2 zone coverage, plus 2 acceleration, plus 2 agility. It's one of the main positions in your secondary you should upgrade. Same thing, I'm already going to plug into my strong safety right here in Brooks. Going to run a lot of zone coverage probably. Brooks going to have that 89 zone coverage and 93 acceleration. Brooks is going to be an absolute beast, guys. Brooks is definitely a card that even if you don't have, let's say, like a million coins, Brooks is still a card for what? 60,000 coins that you guys can basically all pick up for your personal squad. Now, I will say in some of my packages, I'll run Wooler as well on the field. I'll run both of them on the field at the same time. Maybe Wooler will be my slot corner. We'll get to that here in a second. My cornerback too, Aiden Garnes. I just have had him for a while. He's fine. Great in man coverage, which again, I might run some man coverage, might run some zone coverage. We'll have to see. And it is one of those things that if I do happen to run some zone coverage, maybe I'll plug in Aiden White over Garnes for a play or two, just for that zone coverage part of it. Cornerback 3, kind of an interesting part is Aqib Talib. Way better in man coverage and zone coverage. And at my cornerback 4, we're gonna plug in the Kobe Bryant card. For sure, if I do play any zone coverage, guys, I'll make sure Kobe Bryant is on my field because he's way better in zone coverage than man coverage. I just hate the fact that that's where we're at in the game right now. Is you just got to kind of really pick and choose what you want to play because a lot of the corners only are good at zone coverage or man coverage, and it does kind of make it tough. Free safety position, absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts about it, Ed Reed. I think this card's an absolute beast. I'm so glad I picked him up for my specific squad. He is going to be the man with the plan in college football ultimate team. Obviously, right now, he's not necessarily super cheap, but I think he's by far the best free safety in the game. Right outside linebacker, Harold Perkins. Now, I still do have Abdul Carter for certain situations. He might come in the game, see if he can't get a pass rush. But the more I use Harold Perkins, the more I like him, man. He doesn't have the greatest block shed. It definitely is concerning, but can play decent enough in the pass game. He's got 87 speed. The card's just an absolute beast to run. I'm a middle backer right now. I'm plugging in Brian Bosworth. Now, this is, again, subject to change. I don't think Dolak's a crazy price, so maybe what I'll do is pick up Dolak and sell my Bosworth for Sunday. Might be what I do. So, might pick up Dolak. We'll have to, again, just kind of wait and see what I do decide to do there. And obviously, my other outside linebacker position, you know I'm super high on him, is Colin Oliver. I mean, he is just an absolute beast in this game right now. So this is, like I said, subject to change. It's one of those things that, like, I like giving you guys this video so you guys can kind of know what I'm running, but it is kind of tough to do when I don't know the exact squad that I ultimately am going to run. A lot of it does depend on the market. A lot of it depends on when I do end up playing champs as well as the Gauntlet, especially for the Legends cards. Like Talib is a BND, so I'm not super worried about him, but like Peppers, Sapp, those are two guys that I want to make sure I get rid of before Sunday. Same thing with Bosworth, because they still do have quite a bit of value in college football ultimate team. That's going to wrap it up for my squad video. I need your guys' thoughts. Who am I too high on? Who am I too low on? Who should I pick up for my squad this weekend? And then when it comes down to the punter and the kicker, I personally do not pick up any of these cards. Should I? Should I be running like even this 87 Zane Gonzalez? A lot of my opponents ran him last weekend. And honestly, as I'm looking at the 87 Zane Gonzalez's price for 40,000 coins, why would I not run him? He has great kick accuracy. Punter-wise, I will not pick up a punter. I refuse to. Like, if I'm running a punter at this stage, I must just not be good at the game. But that's going to wrap it up for my video. Let me know down below in the comments. What position do I need to focus on? I feel like my tight end and running back position are two of the weakest positions on my specific squad. But at the same time, like the tight end position, you don't have too many options. It's basically Vernon Davis or you might as well run Flanagan. And at the running back position, there's those top two, DeAnthony Thomas and then CJ Spiller. And I feel like a lot of them are just about the same tier. So that's kind of where I'm struggling right now. Wide receiver position definitely is my most talented position. Let me know your thoughts on the squad, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.